I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and if you answer yes to any of them, you're making a mistake that sooner or later will cost you the peace and success you're working so hard for. First question. Have you ever seen someone with less technical skill than you, less grind than you, and less raw intelligence than you handle high pressure situations with total calm while you were stressing, spiraling, and burning out? They navigated the chaos effortlessly and got the promotion, the deal, and the lifestyle you wanted? Second question. Have you ever ruined a massive opportunity, a relationship, a business, a deal, or a life change simply because you couldn't control your state? Maybe you got too angry, maybe you got too anxious, or maybe you just froze up because you didn't believe within yourself that you deserved it. And days later, you're still replaying that moment in your head, regretting how you reacted. Third question. Have you ever felt like there are two versions of you? One version is internal, disciplined, calm, clear-headed, capable of immense focus and greatness. And the outer version, the one that actually shows up, it gets distracted, it seeks comfort, it eats bad food, it doom scrolls, and it lives on autopilot, unable to break the cycle. If you answered yes to any of these, stay until the end of this video, because what I'm going to tell you is something very few people understand, and it is the single lever that changes everything. Look, I know exactly how that feels, to know that you have a higher self trapped inside a lower self, to know that there's a version of you that is immune to stress, a version of you that doesn't need external validation, a version of you that can walk into any room or any situation and remain completely grounded, a version of you that, when everyone else is panicking, you're planning. When things get hard, you're disciplined. When you set a goal, you don't just try, you become the person who achieves it. I promise you that version exists. It's not a fantasy, but right now, you're acting as a spectator in your own mind, watching your emotions drive the car while you sit in the passenger seat. You look at the people who have it all together, the health, the wealth, the family, the peace, and you think, why them and not me? What do they have that I don't? Let me save you years of frustration. They don't have more luck. They don't have better genetics. They don't have a talent for happiness. They simply possess one specific skill set that allows them to master the hardest game of all, the game inside their own head. This is the rule of the game that society forgets to teach us. Your external life will never rise higher than your internal emotional control. It doesn't matter how hard you work. If your EQ, your emotional intelligence, is low, you self-sabotage. You want money, you need EQ to handle the risk and stress without cracking. You want a relationship, you need EQ to communicate and empathize without ego. You want health, you need EQ to choose discipline over instant gratification when nobody's watching. Harvard Business Review and TalentSmart have released studies showing that 90% of top performers have high emotional intelligence. They found that EQ is responsible for 58% of job performance regardless of what you do. Think about that technical skills, how to drive, how to code, how to sell, that's only the baseline. The other 85% of success comes from your ability to manage yourself and understand others. It's not about being nice. It's about being effective. It's about emotional sovereignty. Now, you might be asking, who are you to tell me this? My name is Luis, and I wasn't born a leader. Far from it. Growing up, I was the shyest kid you can imagine. I had no opinion, no voice, and no spine. I drifted through life. I worked every normal job under the sun. I cleaned offices, I scrubbed hospital floors, I worked in warehouses, I installed flooring. I was working hard, but I was empty. I was just existing. I realized that if I didn't change my internal world, my external world will look like this forever. So I made a radical decision. I decided to become a truck driver to make more money, but more importantly, to isolate myself and master my mind. I gave up my apartment, I moved into the truck, and while most guys on the road were letting themselves go, eating junk food at truck stops and listening to garbage radio, I entered monk mode. Inside that 18-wheeler, I built a sanctuary. I decided to be disciplined. I worked out every single morning inside that tight space of that cabin. I decided to stay healthy. I started cooking my own organic food on an electric pot in the truck, refusing to eat the poison at the rest stops. I used EQ concepts to reprogram my brain. I learned how to sit with my loneliness, how to master boredom, and how to delay gratification for a bigger future. Because I mastered my emotions, I saved money. Because I mastered my discipline, I saved enough money to move abroad. Because I mastered my confidence, I met the girl of my dreams and started a family. Today, I have more peace than I have ever felt in my life. Not because I'm lucky, because I built the emotional infrastructure to handle that life. I realized that escaping the rat race isn't about changing your location. It's about changing your mind. That is why I created the Feeling Index. This is not a therapy group. This is a training ground for high performance emotional intelligence. We're building a community of people who are tired of being reactional and are ready to become intentional. In this community, we take the same concepts that took me from cleaning hospital floors to living a life of freedom abroad, and we install them in you. We teach you self-regulation, how to stop being a slave to your impulses. We teach you social awareness, how to read rooms and influence people. We teach you resilience, how to build an identity that doesn't break when life gets hard. Whether you're an entrepreneur dealing with stress, a parent trying to be more present, or someone who just feels stuck, like I was, this is the method. Now, you have two paths in front of you. Path number one, you go back to your day, you close this video, you tell yourself that's an inspiring story for him, but I'm too busy, too stressed, too shy, and you stay exactly where you are. You keep reacting. You keep regretting opportunities. You keep letting your emotions dictate your bank account and your relationships. And 5 years from now, you will be in the exact same place, just older and more frustrated. Or path number two, you decide that you are done being a passenger in your own life. You decide to take the wheel. If you are ready to build the emotional intelligence that creates real freedom, join us. I've found my peace. I've built my life. Now let me help you build yours.